Hi guys, welcome back to Comfy Compositing. Today's topic is super fun. With this workflow, you can transfer your own acting onto your favorite anime characters, swap out an entire character, or even just replace the face. And yes, goodbye to that ugly mocap suit, all powered by the new Wan 2.2 Animate. We all know the problem. Most AI tools right now are designed for generic style transfer. But if you're working in VFX, these tools usually fail. They flicker, they lose the scene's original lighting, and they offer almost zero control over specific details. The solution is Wan 2.2 Animate model. Unlike older models, this isn't just a video generator. It works more like a physics based renderer. It understands facial expressions and even human movements. Now, regarding my R&D, I spent the last few weeks doing deep research. I watched a ton of videos and tested a dozen of popular workflows out there. The hard truth, they were almost all generic. They focused on fun results and not production needs. So I built my own workflow which is optimized specifically for high-end human-centric VFX. Here is what we can do with it and the specific examples I worked on. I wanted to try out a simple challenge: de aging, aging, gender swap, and even adding props like sunglasses and a mustache, just like you see here. And honestly, One Animate handled it amazingly. Check these out: full clothing replacements across long footage. And it actually kept the cloth physics and lighting consistent. The material reacts like it's really there. In this one, I tested a mocap suit replacement. There is movement and lip sync going on, and Wan 2.2 Animate actually mashed the body motion and lips really nicely. And then in the next one, I tried replacing the actor with a stormtrooper to check the color consistency across the shot, and it nailed it. Alright, let's dive into the workflow. So here is the workflow. I will upload the link to download it so you can drag and drop it into ComfyUI. And when you drag and drop it, you will see a bunch of missing nodes. So you simply go into the manager and install the missing nodes. Let's move forward. So first things first, let's check out the models needed. The main diffusion model is Wan 2.2 Animate, as you guys know. The LoRa's are Wan Animate Relight LoRa. This will help with compositing our reference. And the next one is LightX V2. This will speed up the process and we should be able to get decent results just in 6 steps. The next one is Fantasy Portrait Model. This will help with feature tracking. And the next one is VAE. And then after that is Clip Vision. And then next are a few detection models. To download these models, simply click on this blue text. It will open up the Hugging Face page for these models and download those and place it in these respected folders. Now let's move on to step 1, loading the models. So first over here in Wan Video Model Loader, select the model that you just downloaded. And then in LoRa Multi-Select, select the Relight and LightX V2. And over here in Fantasy Portrait Model Loader, select the Fantasy Portrait Safe Tensor file. Same for VAE and Clip Vision. And then in this one, select the VidPose model for whole body. For face, you'll choose the YOLO model. And then this will be set to CUDA. And also we have torch compile settings if you have Sage Attention installed. If not, you can simply disconnect it and then change this to SDPA. And for block swap, this will depend on your GPU. For example, if you have a 24 gigs of VRAM, you can set this to 0 or 20. For me, I would set it to 0 because I have 5090. And also, if you have less than 16 gigs of VRAM, I would suggest to use Q4 GGUF models. So once you have loaded all the models, let's move forward to step 2. Is over here. You select this load video node and then choose your file and set your FPS and your custom width and height. For first run, I would suggest to keep it at 480. And then if you see a decent result, then you can bump it to 720p. But I would highly suggest you to keep it 480 if possible. Most of these Wan models are trained for 480p or 720p at max. And then if you want more quality, then you can always upscale it using Seed VR2. And the FPS is 16 FPS because again, Wan models are trained on 16 FPS. And then for the final output, you can do a video interpolate to get the desired FPS. Let's move forward. So next is step 3, where we set up masking. So I'm using SAM3, but you can use SAM2 or any other matting tool you have. SAM3 is just new and I'm getting used to it and I'm having a lot of fun with it and the results are pretty good. If you want to use SAM3, you'd have to use your Hugging Face token, to what I know. I don't know if things have changed now and you can directly download the SAM3 model. If that, then that's good. Otherwise, you'd have to apply to get the model. And then in 24 hours, you should have access to the model to download it. And using this basic setup, you're able to do a very good matting and masking. So in this example, if you have set it up, you select this box collector. You can also do a point collector. It will work either ways. But in this one, as we are doing a head replacement, we simply go in here and draw a box around the head. And when you do that and you play it, you should see something like this. And then this is just a visualization of where the mask is. The blue is the mask. And over here, I have set up another option to import a mask. Let's say you are not able to mask something in ComfyUI, or if you already have a garbage mask from another application like After Effects, Nuke, or Premiere, or Silhouette, or any of these applications, then you can simply read them, and this will automatically align the dimensions or resolution to your video input, and then you can simply change the input over here. And once you do that, you have to make sure the grow, expand, and the block size are not too big or not too small. And for example, over here, it covers a decent amount. And let's say in one example I was doing, and I was replacing the man's head with a woman's head, and the hair was pretty big. So I grew the mask to 50 so that the woman's hair covers all around the head. Now, next, when you are done with that, you have a few options for pose detection, mainly the face. So for body, the regular pose detection works great. But for face, if you want a lot of expressions, then you can choose the first input. This is the direct face crop, like over here we are seeing. And otherwise, the DW pose estimator will give some key points on the face, which you can use. And then this is another fantasy portrait face detector. This is also worth trying. Different inputs give different results. So it depends on your video. This is not going to be a single solution option for best results. For best results, you have to keep on trying and pick the best output. So this is what I would suggest you to do. Moving forward, you have to upload your reference file. So in this example, I uploaded one single frame of my video. And then in Gemini Nano Banana, I asked it to age the man. And then this is the result I got. It's a single frame and you can see the image is very big and it's good quality. So over here, I go and again resize it to match my video input. And then this is what it does and matches my video. Moving forward, I'm using Qwen VL to generate a detailed prompt. So in this one, sometimes you can get away with a very simple prompt. In this one, it's an old prompt, but it's okay. Otherwise, if you run the prompt, you will get a very detailed prompt, which is helpful in complex footages. So if you're not getting good results, it's worth trying a detailed prompt. And then you can make it, you can change it a bit so that it applies the motion of the camera or motion of the input video. Moving forward, so this is the output and everything is set up. You don't have to change much, except over here. Yeah, if you are not happy with the colors that you are getting, then you can use this color match. It will try to match the color with your input video, and then you can simply plug this in. And if you're happy with the direct output without color match, then you can just plug this one in. So once you get this, you should have a very good result. For example, this one, you can see the expressions and the teeth and eyes, everything matches pretty well. The wrinkles are moving around pretty nicely and accurately. So that's the workflow. But what's next? What else can this do? Pretty much anything. Remove markers from the face, add wounds, fix wardrobe on the fly, delete camera reflections on sunglasses, kill that nasty glare, and even relight a whole scene. Seriously, there is no ceiling here. And here's my challenge for you. Try something unique with this workflow and drop your results in the comments. I can't wait to see what you all create. If you enjoyed this technical breakdown, please leave a like and subscribe. I am Ricky and this is Comfy Compositing. Thank you.